What's up, guys? Welcome to the episode of Mike Life. Today we're doing a video on a surface cleaner. It's a 15-inch surface cleaner from a company called Fooco, or maybe it's Fooco, something like that. So it comes in this box right here, just your regular Amazon style box. Let's open it up. They're gonna give you a gun. All right, your connections here. Let's put that to the side. Your wand. You're gonna have your quick connect here on the front, and then this here will just pop right in. Then you just tighten it down. They also supply you with a bunch of connections here, O-rings and so forth. Let's put this to the side. You're gonna have a user manual and the unit. So we have something that I've never seen before on one of these. You have a reservoir here where you could open it up right here. By popping this tab up, you're gonna have an opening here. So this way you could pour your cleaner, whatever you want, some sort of cleaner for your driveway, which is pretty cool. And then by turning this, you could adjust how much you want. There's a little dot on the dial that says minimum and maximum for the soap use. Interesting. And then over here is where your quick connect. This part over here mounts there, and you do your business. All right, we got little wheels on here. These are tiny little casters on this. We'll see how it operates. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill it up with some soap. I'm gonna do a little section of my driveway and see if it does a good job. We'll be using my AR Blue pressure washer. It should do the job. It should have enough pressure and water flow for this. So I'm gonna pop this open. It is on the tight side getting it up. So there is a good connection. I have some Simple Green all-purpose cleaner. We'll pour some in there. Close that up, and right now we are set to maximum, and that would be minimum. So I'm gonna put it right in the middle. Now they do give you all these attachments to be able to get it on your pressure washer hose. So I'm gonna use my own adapter. They do come with one already, one of these that you could put on, but I'm just gonna use this one here. All right, so I got everything connected. Let's try this out. You could obviously see there, it did clean up that area. So that's pretty good. Now, soap-wise, I don't see any kind of soap, so let me turn the dial. Hopefully that's maximum. All right, still no soap. Maybe it's because of the angle. Maybe it's not reaching in that nozzle because I didn't put a lot in there. Let me put some water in. Okay, let's test it out now. Yeah, I don't see any soap, so I'm not sure. Maybe the Simple Green doesn't show up on this. All right, let's check out this area over here. It's nice and filthy. So just by looking at it this angle, it did a pretty good job cleaning that area up. All right, so now we're gonna try something else. I added some Adam's Megafoam in there because I wanna see like soap thingy happen on this driveway. So let's try this out. I do have to say the wheels on here, even though they're tiny, this thing just rolls beautifully. All right, no soap. Let's turn the dial. Maybe that needs to go there. Nothing. Let's turn it again, all the way that way. All right, I see no soap, nothing coming out. There's the bottom of it. This is where the soap is gonna come out from, right over here. I don't know. I don't know if that's even working. But it looks like there is less product in here. Actually, I think it is working. You could kind of see it right there. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Now it's working. I guess it needed to be primed. There we go. We got some Adams Mega Foam and some Simple Green right there. I'm kind of impressed. I kind of like this. It actually did a pretty good job. I'll tell you, my AR Blue pressure washer with this works perfect. All right, let's clean this area up. Yeah, I don't see the soap coming out again. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I didn't see any soap come out, but it did clean it up pretty good in that area. Here's another look of this area here. Did a pretty good job, but the soap feature on here is a little strange. And just randomly, it just started working. All right, now I'm just gonna rinse off the soap and we'll let it dry. And then we'll check it out. So Mike, what are your overall thoughts on this Fooco 15-inch surface cleaner? All right, so when it comes to build construction, this feels good. They did a good job with this mechanism here. Now this, I do not like the way they did this. This tab, to pull it up is a pain. And if you got to have hold of this cap and pull, because it'll pull the whole thing up. And then on the bottom, right there, that piece comes out and all your fluid will start leaking out of there. So I don't know if I gave you guys a good look at the bottom there, but it does a pretty good job. It's one of the best when it comes to surface cleaners of the cleaning job that it did out there, which it's almost dry. We'll be taking the camera out there. You guys will take a look and you'll see where the dirty part is and where the clean part is in the driveway. So the whole concept of this, I like. But this here, the filling mechanism, I think needs to be a little bit better in my opinion, but it works. But it randomly works. As you guys saw, it wasn't doing soap, but then it did soap. So I don't know if there's an on or, they say that on the manual is an on and off position, but on here, it just is minimum and maximum. And I had it set to maximum and it wasn't doing soap, and then it started doing soap. So I don't know if it kind of needs to build pressure to prime itself or something. But eventually, as you guys saw, it started working. The wheels on here, I thought they were just a little bit too tiny. They actually worked fine, but I do prefer a little bit bigger wheels, casters on this type of thing, because just going over little ledges, it's just a little bit harder with small wheels. When I say ledges, I mean your cement, like let's say a sidewalk or something, and you have a step up on there, a little bit of step up, it's a little harder for these little tiny casters to go over that step up. But if you have a perfectly smooth driveway or sidewalk, it's gonna roll over it perfect. Now it gives you a bunch of different connections for this, for the gun. I ended up using what it came with, this here, and it worked just fine. Now I tried looking to see if it was an M22 by 14 or by 15. I did have this one here, and I just don't remember if this was a 14 or 15. Wait a minute. No, that's 150. Yeah, for some reason it doesn't state on here what this one is, mine. I know I had a 14 and a 15. I can't find one of them. There's somewhere here. I was going to try both, but I was getting a little leaking, so I decided, you know what? I'm just going to use their connection. And it actually worked out perfect. There was no issues with it. Now, length of this here, I kind of wish there was at least another maybe 4 inches of length. Would have been better instead of me hunching down to be able to stand straight and just work as a gentleman. Now, they do have attachments. I have attachments. Actually, I have my attachments. They're not here in Florida. They're actually in my old home in New York, which I'll be bringing all that soon here. All my pressure washer attached and stuff. I got a bunch of stuff I got to transport here to Florida. But that's an easy fix for me. But for the average person that buys this, it might be a little too short for them. So an extension, something a little bit longer than this would be nice. But overall, the way it operated, the cleaning that it did, the soap, which actually, I like the soap dispenser part of this. It's optional. You don't have to put soap in here. You could just use it as a regular. Or if you want to put some sort of all-purpose cleaner in here just to give that driveway a nice cleaning, it's a good idea. All right, it's not 100% dry, but let's go check it out. All right, you kind of make it out right there. The clean part. And then over here, remember there was a big dirt mark. We kind of got shade from the palm trees going on here, but there was a right over here. Cleaned it up pretty good. Hey, you got another look, side view of it. You can see the distinctive lines right there and right there. Yeah, did a pretty good job. Not perfect over here. Actually, I just noticed it. I could have went over just a little bit more, but that part there came out beautiful. It's a little better look. Hopefully you guys can make that out. So overall, I think it did a pretty good job on there, and I'm looking forward to using this to do the whole driveway. At least twice a year I do it, so this way it looks beautiful. But sometimes I leave sections undone just for review purposes because I need somewhere to use one. Like if another company wants me to review one of these, then make sure I have a dirty driveway to use it on. So there you go. That was the Fooco 15-inch surface cleaner soap dispenser. All right, so it's going to be an Amazon link. I think it's $80 or $90. There might be a coupon through Amazon, like one of those little boxes that you check off. But I'll have a link down below so you guys could check that out. Also, if you guys love and enjoy these types of videos, hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. I don't know, comment anything. Let me know what you think of this unit right here. Thank you all for watching this episode of Mike Life.